Greetings to you all. Welcome to Grade 8 Tutor. Today we are going to look at the first business mathematics assignment. And so, as we see the question on the screen, it says sales staff of the Metzl shopping mall as well as the supervisors are paid salary plus commission for all sales above 15,000 cedis. Sales staff earn a commission of 4.5%. So what is the commission rate for staff? So let's write the data first. Staff. So there's the staff. What is the commission rate? So we write our commission rate, which is 4.5%. Okay. 4.5% for sales above 15,000 up to 50,000. So here it becomes what the quota, sales above, so 15,000 Ghana cedis to what 50,000 Ghana cedis. So what this means is that if you make a sale less than this 15,000, you are not going to earn any commission. And if you make a sale more than 50,000, that extra ones on the 50,000, you are not going to earn anything from it. So assuming you make a sale of 60,000, the extra 10,000 on this 50,000 will be count now or nothing. Do you get it? Because they have given you a limit. This is the lower quota and the upper quota, or the minimum quota and the maximum quota. So if you exceed this number, we are going to throw that sales away and subtract these two. But if your sales is within 15,000 to 50,000, then we will use this as our quota. Very simple. Okay. Then for sales above 50,000, they are paid an additional 3% commission. So extra commission given to sales staff. So we say extra commission or additional commission. So extra commission, what is it? That is, they are paid what? 3% of it. Okay. So if you make a sale more than the 50,000, the extra one, you are going to earn what? 3% of it. Okay. Not 4.5% of it. Okay. Then on the excess of sales above 50,000, like I said, so now we are done with the sales staff, the parameters or the data for the sales staff. Now we are moving on to the supervisors. So let me write here supervisors. So for the supervisors, what is their commission? They said supervisors are paid a personal commission of what? 2.5%, right? Supervisors are paid a personal commission of 2.5% for personal sales above 15,000 Ghana cedis. So they are paid 2.5% commission. So their commission is equal to 2.5%. That is for the supervisors. For sales above 15,000 and 50,000. So we say the supervisors, the quota is what? The same 15,000 to 50,000. Okay. Then an override of 3.5%. You see, override is given to supervisors. So probably if you are calculating for any earning, total earning of any supervisor, you have to calculate what? An override. And override was also given. So override rates. You don't say override because override is the amount. So here it was given in percentage. So that is the override rate. And so the override rate is equal to 3.5% from the question. 3.5% from the question. On excess, and okay, 3.5% on excess of store sales above 30,000, right? So that is the store quota. Store quota 30,000. Store quota 30,000. For supervisors, store quota is 30,000. Okay. So now that we have the store quota as 30,000, let's move on with the question. And it says senior supervisors are, however, paid 3% personal commission. So now we are moving on to senior supervisors. Senior supervisors. So senior supervisors, what is the commission rate? The commission, this is rates, not commission. So the commission rate here is from the question, however, pay 3%. So that is equal to 3%. For personal sales above 15,000 up to 50,000. So the personal quota for them, you can say personal quota or P quota. So let's say personal quota is equal to 15,000 to 50,000, right? Okay, so this is it. 15,000 to 50,000, and an override of 5% on excess of store sales. So what is the override rate? 5%. The override rate is equal to 5%. Okay. On excess of store sales above 30,000. So the store quota was also given here for the senior supervisors as 30,000. Okay. So we say 30,000. Okay. Now we are done with the parameters. Let's look at those that are sales staff, senior supervisors, and supervisors. So from the question, it says Seidu is a senior supervisor and Selena is a supervisor. So it means Isifu, Yao, Azu, and Adisa are among the sales staff. So we say sales staff. We have what? Isifu as number one. Sales staff, we have Isifu. We have Yao. We have Ajo. We have Adisa. Okay. Then when we come to the supervisor, we have Selena, and the senior supervisor. We have what? Seidu. Okay. Yeah, so these are the names. And what does the question says? It says question one. We are to calculate for what? The personal commission. Personal commission of each staff. Okay. And question 2, we should calculate for the gross earnings. The gross earnings of the of the supervisors, right? So that is the supervisors and the senior supervisors. Okay, they are all supervisors. Okay, so now looking at it, you see this is our data and what's the question. So this is how your first page, when before tackling the question, this is how to present your data. Okay, so now let's move on and solve the question. So for the first question, we are to calculate for the personal commission of each staff. So how do we calculate for the personal commission of each staff? Okay, so let's say solution. So let's start with what isifu, right? So for the personal commission of each staff, we are starting with isifu, personal commission of each staff. So we are starting with isifu as number 1. You underline it nicely. So now what do you do? Let's look at the table and write the parameters. Find the items for what isifu. So we know for isifu the personal sales is what? So we have the personal sales for isifu, personal sales, which is equal to 42,000. When you are solving it formally, you shouldn't use this symbol. It should be GH plus the CD sign. Is that okay? So 42,565.00. Okay, so that is the personal sales. We have what? We have for the staff, we have their quota, we have their rates, and we have the extra commission. So we don't need anything because we are only calculating for commission. And mind you, what did I say? If the person's sale is within 15,000 and 50,000, then your quota will be what? The smallest one. But if the person's sale is more than this number, it means you have to ignore the sale and you find for the difference. Okay, we will get there, but at the moment we are going to use what? 15,000, because the personal sale here is what? 42,565. Okay, so how do you calculate for commission? Then you quote it. Commission is equal to your sales minus your quota. Then what do? You multiply it by what? Your rate. Yeah, sales minus quota. If returns exist, you subtract returns. But isifu has no returns from what? The table, right? There is no personal returns. That is why I did not include that one in the formula. Okay, so now let's insert the values for calculating commission. What is the sales? That is 42,565 minus the quota, which is 15,000. So this is what? The sales minus quota. Then you multiply it by the rate. What was the rate? You have the rate here as 4.5%. So you do justice to it by multiplying it by 4.5%, which is the same as 0.045. Or you can still write 4.5%, but when you are performing the calculation, then you do it on the calculator. So you see we have what? 42,000. I'm doing it for the first one. The rest of them I'll just write the answer there straightforward. So 42,565 minus 15,000. So there's it. Then you see you have the sales minus quota. Then you multiply it by 4.5. You see the percentage sign is here. So you press shift and you press this one. It has activated the percentage sign. Okay. Then you press on equal to. So it means this is what you are going to get. 1240 points, because there is 5 here, it is going to be 0.43. Is that okay? All right, so we say our commission is equal to 1,240.43. So we are done with the first one. So when you are solving it, someone may also choose to calculate for commission amount. After that, the person will multiply commission amount by the rate. It all depends on how you want to go by. Is that okay? Yeah, so whilst I'm solving it, this one I didn't introduce commission amount. The next one I will introduce commission amount so that you know how to go by the two of them. Is that okay? In case if you want to pick one for your assignment, you do so. So we are done with Isifu. Let's move on to Yao. Now for Yao, we have the personal sales as 23,700 as the personal sales, right? We have the quota, we have the rates already, so straightforward. Someone may choose, instead of writing commission equals to the whole formula, someone may choose to calculate for commission amount first. So you say your commission amount is equal to what? Your sales minus your quota, right? So this is the commission amount. Then if you want to calculate for the commission amount, already you have the sales here, you have the quota to be 15,000. So we say commission amount is equal to the personal sale is 23,700 minus the quota was given as 15,000. Okay, so if you subtract the two, 23,700 minus 15,000, you have 8,700. Okay, so your commission amount here is equal to what? 8,700. So this is it. Then you say commission, because you are calculating for commission, you say commission equals commission amount times rates. Okay, so it's just like the first one. So these two, sales minus quota is the commission amount. So after getting sales minus quota, then you multiply it by the rate and it will still give you your commission. So nothing has changed here. So let's move on. We say our commission will be equal to the commission amount. We had 8,700, right? Multiplying our rate, which is the 4.5%, which is 0.045. Okay, so when you perform this calculation, you are going to get your commission to be 391.50. Okay, so there is the commission for Yao. So now you know how to use the two to calculate for your commission. You can either use this method or use this method in your calculations. Okay, so the next person is who? Ajo. So what is the personal sales for Ajo? We have the personal sales to be 48,200. So the personal sales is equal to 48,200. Then you know the quota already, so let's go on to calculate for the commission. But Ajo has returns, which is 1,230.15, right? So we see personal returns is equal to the personal return is equal to 1,230.15. You know personal returns, right? Personal returns, before you calculate for commission for anybody, you first calculate for what? The net sales if the person has personal returns, because we deduct the returns from the sales that you brought before we give you what? A commission. So assuming we gave you 1 crate of eggs, 1 crate of egg, then you went to sell them. You came back telling us 2 of them spoiled, or 2 of them got broken. So in this case, what we are going to do is we are going to subtract the amount of those 2 eggs from the personal sales or the overall sales before we calculate for your commission. Is that okay? Yes. So what we do is anytime someone has personal sales, you calculate for net sales before you proceed to use the net sales to calculate for the person's commission. Is that okay? All right. So before we calculate for Ajo's what commission, let's calculate for the net sale. The net sale. So the net sale is going to be what? Your personal sale manuals, your personal returns. So you can include this, your personal sales minus personal returns. Okay, so your net sales here, or your net sales or your net sale, okay, is equal to the personal sales was 48,200, 48,200 minus personal returns, which is 1,230.15. So we see 1,230.15, right? So we subtract to get our net sales. So 48,200 minus 1,230.15. Okay, then you have what? 46,969. 46,969.85. Okay, so this becomes the sales for what? Ajo. Do you get it? Yes. So we are going to base on this to give him what? Him or her what? Commission. Is that okay? So this is the current sales that we are going to use in our calculation. So what is the formula? We know the formula to be what? Sales minus quota. So it is going to be this minus quota. Is that okay? So we say our commission is equal to sales minus quota times what? Your rates. Is that okay? All right. So you see, even if returns exist, you can still subtract the returns from here. Okay, so that you get sales minus quota minus returns. But it is better you always go by this procedure, because sometimes your net sales here will be more than 50,000, which is the maximum quota given in the question. And if the net sale is more than this, it comes with a different what criteria or ideology altogether. So the best way for you to solve questions like this, if personal returns exist, is to have your net sale, then you quote this formula and you continue with your commission. Is that okay? If you don't quote it and you write sales minus quota minus personal returns, you may sometimes make what mistake. Is that okay? Yes, it sometimes satisfies the how do we call it, the question. It's then you get the correct answer, but not always the case. Okay, so commission here is equal to what is the sales. Now we are not going to use this personal sale, because some of the items the person brought, some of them if it is, let's say, X, some of them got broken. So what should we do? We have to subtract the spot ones, the spot items or commodities, from the total sales before we give the person commission. Is that okay? Yeah. So after taking the personal returns from that particular sales, the remaining one becomes what? Your net sale. So for this sale here, you are going to use the net sale, or you can quote net sale minus quota. It's all correct. So which is 46,000. We are using this 46,969.85. 85 minus the quota, which is the 15,000, as we know. You see, this one is not more than the 50,000, as I said initially. It's not more. That is why we are using the smallest quota. So 15,000, right? Multiplying our rate, which is 4.5%. So 4.5%, or you can say 0.045. So our commission for Ajo here is equal to 1,436 38 1,438.64, or better still, you can say times 46,969.85 minus 15,000 multiplying 4.5%. So you have 1,438.64 as you see on the screen. Okay, so we are done with Ajo. Let's move on to the last person, or the last sales staff, who is Adisa. So Adisa. Now, what is the personal sales for Adisa? Personal sales, we have what? 45,155. 45,155 as the personal sales. Then Adisa also has personal returns. Personal returns, which is 1,172. 1,172.10. So now let's calculate our commission. I said whenever you have personal returns, what do? You first subtract your returns from the sales. Do you get it? The remaining amount, we call it what? Net sale. And then you use the net sale to calculate for your commission. Is that okay? Yes, you can still use sales minus quota minus returns. Is that okay? But in most cases, you see, we have two ways. It's either they tell you sales above. So let me give you an example here. We have two ways of giving the quota. We have one way that always, they said sales above, or you see exceeding. So if you see these two, that one, there is no need for what? Personal sales. No need for net sales. No net sales, or no need for net sales. Okay. But anytime you see a range between two values, for example, 15,000 to 50,000, something like this, it means there is what? A restrictions. If you earn less than this, no commission, right? And if you get more than this 50,000, no commission, unless the question states there is extra commission that will be given. If the question being specific that the personal commission is going to be between here and here, is that okay? But when you see above or exceeding, what did I say? There is no need for what? Net sale, even if personal returns exist. But this one, our personal quota, the personal quota was what? Restricted. They didn't give us above or exceeding. You see, above or exceeding, we would have been given only one quota. But here lies the case, we were given what? Two. It means there is what? A lower and what? A highest what? Quota. You must not exceed any of them. If you exceed, either the below or the above, you are not going to get any commission on that. Is that okay? Yes. That is why there is the need for you to calculate for net sale anytime your quota is in this form. But if your quota is just one, as in above or exceeding, then you go on to use the formula sales minus quota minus returns. Then you go your way. I hope that is okay. Yes. So here, because the quota has been restricted, we are going to calculate for our net sale. So net sale is equal to our personal sales minus personal returns. Okay, so personal sales minus personal returns. Now what is the personal sales? Our net sale here is equal to, the personal sale is 45,155 minus the personal returns. We have 1,172.10, right? So when you subtract the two, you have 45,155 minus 1,172.10. So this is what your net sale. This is your net sale, which is 43,982.90. Okay, now that you have the net sale, what do? Now that you have the net sale, you go on to calculate your commission. So our commission is equal to what? Sales minus quota times what? Our rate. Okay, so our commission is equal to, what is the sales? We are going to use the net sales, right? So that is 43,982.90 minus the quota, which is 15,000, multiplying the rate, which is 0.05. okay, 0.045. okay, so that is for Adisa. Then when you multiply everything, you get your commission to be 1,304. You get your commission to be 1,304.23. okay, so there's the personal commission for all the staff. First of all, we have Isifu to be this, we have Yao to be this, we have Aju to be this, and finally we have Adisa. So we are done with the sales staff. That is question 1, right? So now we can proceed to question 2. And question 2, we are to what? Let me check the question again. We are to calculate for the gross earning of all the supervisors, right? So gross earning of the supervisors, gross earnings of the supervisors. Okay, so for the supervisors, we have Selena as the supervisor and Seido as the senior supervisor. So let's start with Selena. Okay, so Selena. Okay, we are to calculate for the gross earning. So let's go to the formula. What is the formula for gross earning? Then you say gross earning is equal to, now the person is going to receive a salary, right, plus commission. Assuming we don't know the question, So what is the gross earning of any supervisor? Salary plus commission, right? Then because the person is a supervisor, you give the person what? Override. Okay. Then there is one last one. If the person, in case in any situation the person qualifies for a certain bonus, you give the person what? A bonus. I hope that is clear. Yes. So plus what? Bonus if given. Right. Yes. So this should be the gross earning for every supervisor. So now let's start. The gross earning, salary plus commission plus override. Okay. Now because we have written this under Selena, I think it would be better when we ignore the bonus. Okay. Yes. But if you are to state this before writing Selena, then you can include this because there's a general what formula. But if it's under Selena, it means Selena is going to earn all this. So let me remove the bonus for now. But have it in mind that supervisors can also earn what? A bonus. Is that okay? All right. So let's look at the gross earning. The salary is already given in the question. So let's calculate for the commission and what? The override. Is that okay? So what is the salary for Selena? The salary is 485. 485.75. That is the salary for Selena, right? Then let's also look at the personal sales. The personal sales. So the personal sales is also equal to 82,000 Ghana cedis. 82,000 Ghana cedis. Let's check whether she has returns. Selena has personal returns of 28,775. So personal returns, which is equal to what? 28,775.40. Okay, so that is it for Selena. The salary, the personal returns, and the personal sales. Okay, so now let's calculate for the commission. Okay, now if you are calculating for commission, because you have personal returns, what did I say? You first calculate for your net sale. Is that okay? So let's calculate for the net sale. Net sale is equal to your personal sales minus personal returns. Okay, personal returns. So your net sales here will be equal to, what is the personal sales? The personal sales is 82,000. So we have 82,000 Ghana cedis minus personal returns is what? 28,000. So you have 28,775.40. Okay, so now let's find for the net sale. 82,000 minus 28,775.40. So the net sale here is equal to, the net sale is equal to 53,224.60. So this is Selena's what? Net sale. Now I said if your net sale, anytime you get net sale, you compare it with the what? Quota. So let's check the quota for the supervisors. So this is the supervisors, right? This is the commission rate, this is the quota, this is the override, and this is the stock quota. So when you check the quota, you see that the minimum quota should be 15,000. Anything less, no commission. And the maximum quota should be what? 50,000. If you get more than 50,000, the extra amount on the 50,000 will not be accounted for. That is what this means. So check the net sale. The net sale is more than 50,000, but the maximum quota is what? 50,000. So if you then use this as your sale, it means you are going to get something more than what she's supposed to get, right? So what we do over here is that we will ignore this sale. Then we say anyone who earns more than this 50,000, anyone who earns more than this 50,000, we will throw the sales away. Then we use this as our sale, then this as our what? Quota. So it is going to be this minus this times the rate. Is that okay? Because we want to find the amount that exists between this and this. That amount will be our commission amount. Then we multiply it by the rate. As simple as that. So if your net sale or any sale which is more than the quota here, the maximum quota, which is the 50,000, you ignore that sale. Then you find for the difference and you multiply it by what? The rate. So here our commission is going to be sales minus quota, right? So you quote the formula sales minus what? Quota times the rate. But because of this net sale, we are going to use that 50,000 and the 15,000 as the commission amount. So it is going to be commission equals 50,000 instead of this 53,000 minus the quota, which is 15,000. And don't forget, I said anytime you have personal returns, calculate for the net sales first, because we subtract the returns or the spot commodities before calculating for your commission. Don't forget that. Times the rate for supervisors was given as what? The rate for supervisors, the commission, 2.5%. Okay, so we say 0.025, or you can say 2.5% on your calculator. Is that okay? So we have 50,000 minus 15,000. Then you multiply your answer, which is the 35,000, and the 35,000 is the commission amount here, right? You multiply it by your 0.025. Okay, then you have what? 875 as your commission. So commission equals what? 875. Commission equals 875. Okay, now that we are done with commission, what again is left? We have the salary, we have the commission, we are left with what? Override. So let's calculate for the override. Okay, so we say we are still calculating for what? Selena. So let's indicate the name. Override commission is equal to your store sales minus store quota. Then you check, because it was given to us the store what? Quota, right? But we were not given any store returns. So we check from the question. If we have store returns, then we use it. But if we don't have, then we move on. And so it says at the end of the October 2014, the store had total sales of 168,784.50. So the store sales for that particular period, we have the store sales here. So we say the store sales is equal to, I have paused because I want us to finish reading the question before we take any step. We can close it and multiply it by override rate. But what if we end with the question and we have store returns? Is that okay? Yes. So store sales is equal to 168,784, 168,784 84.50. So this is the store sales and returns of. So you see there is store returns. So we say minus store returns. Okay. Before you multiply it by the override rate. So we have the store sales here. We have the store returns as well, which is 16,780. So 16,780. We have the store quota in the preamble before, which is what, 30,000. So let's move on to calculate our override commission. So our override, or the override commission, is equal to the store sales, which is 168,784.50 minus store quota, which is, it was given to us as 30,000, minus store returns, which is 16,780. Then we multiply everything here by the override rate for Selena or the supervisors. So what is the override rate? 3.5%. Okay, so we multiply the override rates by 3.5%. So let me just put it up here, 0.035. okay, 0.035. So if you calculate for the override, you are going to get 4,270.16 sorry. So we say 168,784.50 minus 30,000, which is the quota, minus the return 16,780. So 16,780. Then we multiply it by our rate, which is 0.035. So we have 4,000. We have override commission to be what? 4,270.16. Is that okay? It is 16 because of the 7 here. All right, so that is the override. So it means we can go on to calculate for the gross earning, right? So we say gross earning. Gross earning is equal to, now we know the formula already, to be the salary plus commission plus override. So the salary is what? 485.75. You can see that one in the question as well. So it is 485.75 plus the commission, and the commission was 875 plus what again? Our override commission, which is 4,270.16. okay, so our gross earning here is equal to, so now let's add them. We have 485.75 plus 875 plus 4,270.16. okay, so this is the total earning, or the gross earning, which is 5,630.91. okay, so there's the gross earning for Selena. So we are done with the gross earning for Selena. The next one is who? Seidu. Okay, so we say Seidu. So for Seidu, let's check from the table. What is the personal or the basic salary for Seidu. That is 550.25. So we say salary is equal to 550.25. Okay, then the personal sales. So the personal sales is equal to what? We have that one to be 56,700. Okay, we have 56,700. Then let's check whether he has personal returns. Yes, he has personal returns, which is 12,000 and 12,000.20. So personal returns to be 12,000.20. Okay, then it means since we have this, we can calculate for our net sale, then we can calculate for what? The commission, then we move on to the override and we are done. Okay, so let's first calculate for the net sale. So the net sale here is equal to your personal, it is your personal sales minus personal quota. You can quote it in your work. Is that okay? So the personal sales, which is 56,700, minus personal returns, which is 12,000 and what? 20. Okay, so our net sale here is equal to, the net sale is equal to what? 56,700 minus 12,000.20. okay, so you have 44,699. You have 44,699.80. Okay, so since we have the net sale and the net sale is less than this 50,000, so you see this net sale 44,699 is within what? The two. So since it is within the two, this is our quota. But for Selena, hers was what? More than this. The net sale was more than this. That is why we want her sales. Okay, so let's calculate for our commission. So our commission here is equal to sales minus quota. Sales minus quota times the commission rate. Okay, so sales minus quota times the commission rate. Okay, so our commission is equal to, we are using this sale. Okay, so 44,699.80 minus the quota is what? 15,000. Okay, times what is the commission rate for the senior supervisors? It was giving us 3%. Okay, it was giving us 3%. So we say 0.03, or you can equally write 3%, then you punch it on the calculator. Okay, so 44,699.80 minus 15,000, then we multiply the result by what? 3%. Okay, and this is what we have, 890.99. so we have the commission as what? 890.99. okay, it is 99 because this is 4. Okay, so that is the commission. Then the last one, we need what? The override. Okay, and so we say override commission is equal to what? You know, it is the store sales minus the store quota minus store returns. So store returns. Then you multiply everything by the override rates. Is that okay? So our override will be equal to, or the override commission will be equal to the store sales within that particular year, 2014, is 168,000. It was given in the question. So 168,784.50. So that is the store sales minus the store quota, which was 30,000, right? No, let's check from the senior supervisors their store quota. Yes, that is 30,000. So 30,000 minus store returns, and the store returns is also here, which is 12,000.20. That is personal returns. The store returns was given in the question as 16,780. 16,780. Okay, then you multiply it by the override rate of the senior supervisors, and the override rate is what? 5%. So you say 0.05, or you can say 5%, anyhow you want it. So you have 168,784.50 minus 30,000 minus 16,780. Then you multiply your results by 0.05, and for that matter you have the override. You have the override to be 6,100.23, right? Because of the 5 years, so it will be 23. Okay, so this is the override. Now, since we have the salary and the override, we have the commission as well. So we can calculate for the gross earning. And you know, for gross earning, it is equal to what? Your salary. We didn't quote it initially, that is why I'm quoting it here. So salary plus commission plus what? Override. Sorry, plus override. Okay, so our gross earning here will be equal to the salary, which is 550.25, plus the commission, which is 890.99, 890.99, plus the override commission, which is 6,100. So that one is 6,100.23. So this is how it would be. So our gross earning will be equal to, now we sum everything up to get our gross earning. So 550.25 plus 890.99 plus 6,100.23, right? So our gross earning for Seidu is 7,541.47. Now, since we don't have what since we don't have or we are not calculating for net earning, they all have draw. So instead of subtracting the draw, we leave it because this gross earning. If it was supposed to be net earning, that is when we would take what the draw from it. Okay, so this is it. Once again, welcome to grade A tutor. If you don't understand anything, you can just put it at the comment section and our team will attend to you and make sure they assist you in anywhere that you don't understand. Okay, all right, see you the next time.